Hello, this is Matthew with Loveathon. Now we're in hour number 16. So we're here every hour on the hour, reminding people, let's share the love in the world. Let's be part of the Love Buddy Project. Let's set an example for each other. Let's show an interest in love, loving each other. Because right now there's not enough love in the world. You know, we have so much fighting, we have so much disagreement. People aren't working in harmony, but we all really want the same thing. But we've so too often we're focusing on our differences. So with the Love Buddy Project, it's a way that people can join together and say, okay, I don't care, maybe you're a Republican or I'm a Democrat, vice versa. That's okay. That doesn't mean that we need to fight. It doesn't mean we need to be enemies or hate each other. We can embrace each other. Pardon me. I'm on a fast, and I'm on a water fast. Today's my 6th day of the water fast, and it's causing me a lot of indigestion. Just having water only, my body's not used to that, so my body's just kind of struggling. But I don't care about that so much. I'm okay. I'm a little tired, but I'm okay. But I just want to make a point, and I want to show my determination, and I want to show that if I can do a water fast, if I can be online every hour on the hour, if I can share with people this idea of love, maybe people would be willing to join. Maybe people would be willing to reach out. Maybe people would be willing to take a chance on love. So right now, I've been listening. I've been staying in bed and I've been listening to in between videos and listening to Joe Rogan podcast. There's a woman on there, and I don't know who it is, and she's talking about pets and animals. You know, when it comes to being a loving person, it's not only loving yourself and it's not only loving people, but it's also loving everything, being able to love everything and have compassion and understanding. So when we have compassion and understanding for animals, for example, some people they don't, and some of us get really upset about that. So we can even be hypocritical too, because if we're eating meat in the grocery store and we never see slaughterhouses, one of the things that people are so surprised about is that it's illegal to video in a slaughterhouse. They're protected because when people see that, it's bad for business. Well, now there's a big trend. I guess there's it's an Impossible Burger or something like that at Burger King. We don't have a Burger King here in my small city here in the Philippines, so I haven't had a chance to try that. And right now that I'm on my water fast, I'm not eating any burgers, but when I'm finished with my water fast, if I go to a Burger King, I'd like to try that. I'd like to have a burger as long as it's healthy. You think an Impossible Burger might be healthy, or you think it might be full of GMO or some kind of enzymes or some kind of chemicals or something like that? I don't know if someone's researched that, but I have heard that they taste delicious, and I don't know if they're bad for you or not. I guess maybe it's an experiment. Maybe we'll find out. But I think that that's a much better choice if we can find burgers that are made of vegetables instead of, some of the horrible conditions that animals live in. And this can also affect our planet too, right? Because we're using so much of the land for raising cattle, and it takes so much more land to create protein from meat compared to the equally quality protein, or some people think better quality protein from vegetable substances. So when we look at animals, when we think about dogs, for example, when I was living in China, I was, a couple of different places I lived in Shenzhen and then also in Wuxi, in Jiangsu province. I was right next to restaurants that served dogs, and they had these beautiful dogs that looked like they were completely domesticated. These were German shepherds and other kinds of beautiful dogs that they had in cages out front to show, here's the meat that you can eat if you come inside. And so this would drive a lot of people in America crazy because Americans don't eat dogs. It's not part of the culture. But in a lot of the Chinese culture, it is that way. In fact, in southern China, they have a saying, they eat anything with four legs but a table. So, they'll eat cats and they'll eat dogs and they'll eat rats. I was at a restaurant once and they showed me a rat on a plate that they were getting ready to cook for some customers. So this is really an amazing thing. That some people, the culture, one of the different things that they'll eat. But when we love animals, we don't mistreat them, right? When we have love, when we have compassion in our hearts, we don't mistreat animals either. We don't mistreat ourselves. We don't mistreat each other. So when you learn to love, love is universal. Sometimes people say, well, do you have to love yourself first before you can love anybody else and all this? And that's not really like that. It doesn't work that way. Love isn't like that. It's like if you're a carpenter and you know how to make a table, you can make the table for yourself. You have that skill, or you can make the table for somebody else. It doesn't matter. When you understand what compassion is, you understand how to be compassionate towards yourself, and you understand how to be compassionate towards others, including animals, including the earth, and you are more sensitive. Maybe you've met people like this. They're more sensitive. They don't want to damage the earth, so they do things like more recycling and things like that, and they try to leave a small carbon footprint and things like that. So when it comes to animals specifically, though, when we have love in our hearts, we treat animals well, and we don't want animals to be abused, or we don't want animals to be tortured, or we don't want animals to be hurt, but we're kind to animals as we're kind to ourselves and kind to each other. Thanks so much for listening. Take a look at the notes here if you'd like to be part of the Love Buddy Project. If you'd like to share more love in the world, please join. Thanks so much. We'll see you at the top of the hour. Thanks so much. I love you. Bye-bye for now.